I told you this place looked familiar. Didn't I say that this place looked familiar? Chrissy, why did you make me drag this thing along? I felt so embarrassed on the bus.
What happens when a hit sitcom just doesn't know when to quit? Sometimes TV networks can't resist milking success until there's nothing left but reruns of bad ideas, missing cast members, and jokes that should have retired years earlier. Today we're counting down 10 sitcoms from the 70s and 80s that went on way too long. The shows that refused to leave the stage even after the audience had stopped clapping. It started as a warm, nostalgic look at the 1950s. By the mid-70s, Happy Days was America's comfort food, a perfect mix of teenage innocence, jukebox tunes, and leather jacket cool. Then came season 5. Fonzie, the coolest man on television, literally jumped over a shark on water skis. It was supposed to be fun. Instead, it became a pop culture warning label. The phrase "jumping the shark" was born, meaning the exact moment a great show goes off the rails. Despite that ridiculous stunt, Happy Days limped on for 6 more seasons, losing Richie, Joannie, and the grounded family charm that made it special. By the end, Fonzie was a high school teacher. Yeah, indeed.
Your problem, Chrissy. If you don't mind, I don't need a psychologist.
Oh, I forgot. You're perfect.
Ooh, I never said that!
Three's Company was built on perfect chemistry. Jack the goofball, Janet the sensible one, and Chrissy the bubbly blonde. But when Suzanne Summers left after a contract dispute, the show started swapping roommates like musical chairs. First came Cindy, then Terry, and the charm just evaporated. The jokes got repetitive, the misunderstandings stale, and John Ritter was left carrying the whole show on his back. What started as daring, flirty farce turned into a formula factory of recycled punchlines. Proof that sometimes, when the original trio breaks up, the party's over.
Listen, I'll tell you something, you're gonna have a great time, and don't worry about a thing, alright?
A spin-off of Happy Days, Laverne Shirley began as a sweet story of 2 working-class friends bottling beer and chasing dreams in Milwaukee. It was hilarious, grounded, and powered by Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams' chemistry. Then came season 6, and the move to California. Suddenly, the brewery, the friends, the setting, all gone. Laverne and Shirley became stunt women, gift wrappers, anything the writers could dream up. When Cindy Williams quit in season 8, it was over. A show about friendship became a show about desperation. Sometimes the road to Hollywood is paved with bad writing.
You sure you won't get mad?
How could I get mad at a wonderful woman like you?
Oh, okay, George.
The Jeffersons was groundbreaking, one of the first sitcoms to show a successful black family living large in Manhattan. George and Louise Wheezy Jefferson were TV royalty, and their sass-filled banter was gold. But after 11 seasons, the jokes started feeling like reruns of themselves. George bragged, Florence clapped back, someone learned a lesson, repeat. It stayed funny, but the spark was gone. Even worse, CBS cancelled it abruptly, without a real finale. 11 years of moving on up and not even a goodbye party. Cold.
I'd feel a lot safer in Times Square with all the weirdos. Dudley, there's nothing to worry about.
What you talking about, Willis, was once the funniest line on TV. Diff'rent Strokes began as a charming story about 2 boys from Harlem adopted by a rich white widower. It was heartfelt, funny, and sweet, until it turned into the king of very special episodes. Suddenly, every week was a moral lecture. Drugs, eating disorders, kidnappings, you name it. The show lost its humor and its heart. When the cute kid magic faded, they added a new one, Sam, the red-haired stepbrother, and fans collectively groaned. By season 8, it was out of gas and out of laughs. Hey, quick break before we keep roasting the classics. If you love retro TV, behind-the-scenes stories, and a bit of nostalgic chaos, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel move on up, unlike some of the shows we're talking about.
So how's it going, Nat?
Not too bad. Most of the envelopes have been fat.
A spin-off of Diff'rent Strokes, The Facts of Life began with a massive cast of girls at a boarding school. By season 2, they'd cut it down to 4. Blair, Natalie, Tootie, and Joe. perfect. For a while it worked. We watched them grow up, learn lessons, and share plenty of 80s wisdom. Then came the changes. The girls graduated, opened a bakery, Mrs. Garrett left, and the show suddenly had foster kids and spin-off characters wandering in and out. It started simple and ended as sitcom soup. Proof that you can have too many facts of life.
I mean, you know, when you wear...
Wait till you see what I'm making out of this red satin. I like you in anything.
Let's be clear, MASH is one of the best shows ever made. But the Korean War lasted 3 years. MASH lasted 11. What began as a biting anti-war comedy evolved into a heavy drama about trauma and morality. By the later seasons, it felt more like a weekly sermon than a sitcom. Still, it ended with one of the most watched finales in history. A beautiful farewell that made us cry, even if we'd been ready to say goodbye for years.
Hey, Arch?
What do you want?
I don't know about these pajamas you gave me.
All in the Family changed television. Archie Bunker was the lovable loudmouth that made audiences laugh, cringe, and think, sometimes all at once. But when the kids left and Edith's role shrank, the magic faded. Then CBS made the oddest move imaginable. They rebranded the show while it was still running as Archie Bunker's Place. Same world, same bar, less humor. Without Edith, the warmth was gone. What had once been a revolutionary sitcom became a slow, sentimental fade-out. Even Archie deserved a better send-off.
I told you this place looked familiar. Didn't I say that this place looked familiar?
Nanu Nanu. When Mork Mindy premiered, Robin Williams was unstoppable, a human cartoon in suspenders. The first season was joyful chaos. Then, the network panicked. They fired supporting characters, tried to make it more serious, and completely missed what made it great. Ratings crashed. The show tried to recover by having Mork and Mindy get married and have a baby who aged backwards. Yeah, a baby that ages backwards. That sound you hear? That's the shark being jumped. Again.
What trick-or-treaters? No one even goes out anymore because all the cheapos in this neighborhood turn out their lights and pretend they're not home.
8 seasons, Roseanne was raw, real, and brilliant. A working-class family struggling to make ends meet. Then, season 9 happened. The Connors won the state lottery, $100 million. Everything that made the show relatable vanished overnight. Suddenly, the sarcastic queen of middle America was living in a mansion, mingling with celebrities. By the finale, it turned out the whole thing was a story Roseanne had written, and Dan actually died the season before. It was like watching your favorite comfort show implode in real time. Sometimes the biggest twist isn't clever, it's catastrophic. And there you have it, 10 sitcoms that didn't know when to leave the party. From Aliens to Lotteries to Fonzie on water skis, these shows prove one timeless truth: it's better to end on a high note than fade away on a laugh track. If you enjoyed this trip through TV chaos, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and tell us in the comments which classic sitcom do you think overstayed its welcome. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the hardest thing in show business is just saying, "That's all, folks."